Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Maria Delvina Kalomahu, my student number 181214093. In today's video, I will give my reaction toward the third video entitled Hate Crimes Against Asian American Continue to Rise. I will give the brief explanation about the video, share my feelings toward the issue, connect the video with what I have learned in CCU class, and also share what I have got from the video. First, the video is talk about the increase of hate crimes or racism that had been happening for Asian American since the beginning of the pandemic. It's so horrifying and sad to watch that there are a lot of Asian people who had been attacked randomly without knowing anything, just like a 19-year-old man, just because he is an Asian and the coronavirus is firstly found in China. Many businesses, especially those Asians, are still struggling to open. There is a bad stigma about Chinatown. Just like a hotel manager who said and asked all the guests if he or she come from China, he or she is not allowed to be in his hotel because will spread the virus. In New York City, there is a 867% increase of Asian hate victims. Video also talk about 3 things that we can do to help those victims who suffer from racism. Second, I feel sad and bad when I heard and watched the video. I mean, as one of the Asian people, I think it is not our fault to be born as an Asian just because the coronavirus had been found firstly in China. I also feel pity and a little bit emotional when I saw those random attacks that had been happening in America. I believe all of the Asian people do not feel safe and fear a lot there. There are also a lot of news about racism, just like what we have read in edition.cnn.com, which talk about an East Asian student who had been attacked by 4 men. There is also a piece of news that said there are more than 2,800 reported incidents from March to December 2020. Last, from this issue, we can know that there are a lot of American people who still lack information, misunderstanding, categorizing people just because of their appearance and identity. Those aspects have been discussed through our discussion forum and Zoom meeting. All of us know that the American people only want to spread their angriness toward nowadays situation. They do not care whether the victims come from Wuhan or not. They just generalize all of the Asian and do the racism. As a nowadays generation who had already adapted to technology, we have to be cleverer with today's issue. It is so bad to do such criminal and bad things toward others. Nobody wants to have this kind of pandemic situation. We have to accept and fight it together, not attack someone who looks like an Asian just because we know the coronavirus is come from Wuhan, China. In my opinion, this racism issue can be stopped if all of us more acknowledging our own self towards something. If all of us can be more open and do not use our emotions, we can minimize this kind of problem. We will not be misunderstood and not categorizing people just by their appearance. And we will try to find and think and work together to find the real solution to this pandemic situation. Let's support each other and live our life happily. From the video, I also learned there are 3 things that we can do to help support and protect those victims. The first one is by reporting hate crimes on stopaibi.hate.org. The second one is by chaperoning the vulnerable on the website compassioninauckland.org. And the last one is by donating to organization fighting hate. The moral lesson that I can get from the video is, as a social human, we have to be more open and seeing something from different perspective. Spread your love, not your angriness. Live your life happily and let's fight racism. That's all from me. Thank you so much.